Why don't wild animals train their own doctors? By Xue Feng. We humans care deeply for ourselves, always worrying about unforeseen future events and making preparations. We plan for the future and take preventive measures, which in itself is not wrong. However, are we spending too much time, energy, and money on the future? By focusing excessively on the future, are we neglecting our present? Nowadays, people seem to make friends mainly for utilitarian purposes, unlike in ancient times when friendships were formed based on mutual affinity and harmony. The saying goes, at home rely on parents, outside rely on friends. But why do we need to rely on others? We conceal our true intentions, catering to and accommodating friends to prepare for unpredictable future events and rely on them if needed. We put on a smiling face and reluctantly do things even when we are unwilling. Is this really us? How much of our time is spent on meaningless activities? Why do we do this? Is it all for that unpredictable future? We install security doors, alarm systems, fences, electric grids, build weapons, hospitals, and buy insurance. The more human society develops, the less secure we seem to feel. One day, will everyone need to wear bulletproof armor and live in heavily fortified underground bunkers? Is this the direction humanity is heading? Birds and wild animals do not have doctors or hospitals. Do they fail to survive because of this? A few days ago, I visited the Malandela Wildlife Park and saw an elephant mingling with a herd of water buffalo. According to the staff, this elephant has lived for nearly 30 years. I had a sudden thought. This elephant has lived for 30 years without seeing a doctor or going to a hospital. How has it survived the storms, extreme heat, and cold for all these years? How many 30-year-old humans have never been to a hospital or seen a doctor? Can we not survive without doctors and hospitals? I'm not saying that having doctors and hospitals is bad. The extension of human life partly depends on the development of medical science. The question is, why do birds and wild animals not have their own doctors and hospitals? Do they not live freely and happily? In the villa where I live, the vegetation is lush. Every day around 4:30 a.m., a chorus of birds begins. By around 5 a.m., when I get up and open the window, I can see a dozen kinds of small birds chirping and catching insects, so joyful and free. They do not care about global affairs, currency depreciation, the Iraq crisis, or the Asian financial storm. Shouldn't humans learn from the birds? If we don't rely on anything and don't excessively worry about the future, wouldn't we live more freely and gracefully? Let things come as they may, let things go as they will. Wouldn't life be easier that way?